You know you are gorgeous. You know you're beautiful. And you know you are goddamn sexy. Whoever's looking at this, listening to this, viewing this, you're perfectly gorgeous. Just so you know, if no one has let you know today. Today's video, welcome back to my channel. So today what I want to vlog about is something that I saw on my two favorite YouTubers' comment sections. So my two favorite YouTubers, first of all, are Emma Chamberlain, because she keeps it real. Like, she is the most down-to-earth YouTuber, or is, like that's how she seems on her videos, but she is just so real, just so like straight up G. And Kombucha Girl, aka Brittany Broski, love her, just love her. Like I was looking at their comment section, and I was reading these like really nasty comments, like people saying like, oh, like, you think that you're pretty? Well, like, I just want to let you know that you're ugly and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, holy shit. These are YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands of like views, millions of views, like thousands of likes, thousands. Like, those comments really like shone a light on the way that I treat myself, like mentally, like how much I criticize myself and how much I obsess over the way that I look and have these certain expectations that, like, if I look this way today and my hair is like in this kind of way and like my cheekbones and blah, 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 and like the lighting in this Instagram photo and blah, 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 that will determine how good I am and if I'm good enough or if I'm hot enough or if I should even call myself beautiful. And I was like, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how, like, we live in a society where we allow ourselves to think in this way. When someone else says it to somebody else, you go and you just like immediately, like you just stand down and you just tell them like that's not okay. But when we do it to ourselves, like that kind of criticism, who's there to tell us not to do it other than ourselves, right? Like, yeah, like if you have a great friend who like catches you criticizing yourself and they say, come on, like, stop that. Like, that's not, you know, like that's not cool. Like, you're more than that. And of course you're good enough. But when we do it to ourselves, we're kind of in like this zone where we need to really be aware of what we're doing to ourselves. I noticed in these recent years how much of my mental energy has been directed towards holding myself to these high expectations and obsessing over controlling the way that I look. Recently I went through like this huge mental meltdown about the way that I look and saying, oh my gosh, my hair is not the same way as it once was when it was in high school. And like, why am I experiencing, like, let's say hair loss, for instance? Like, this is a really vulnerable moment. And I went to my mom, I was like, why the heck am I experiencing this? Why, out of all people, like, this is happening to me? Like, what have I done? Like, what have I done? Like, she's like, well, maybe it's here to teach you something. And I'm like, yeah, okay, come on. Like, like that person's not going through it. Like, that person's not going through it. And like, she's like, okay, wait. You can't compare yourself with other people because you don't know what else they're going through. Yeah, they might not be going through what you're going through, but they may be going through something else. And I'm like, yeah, but like still, like I want. And I started looking at, let's say, my hair situation and saying to myself, maybe it really is teaching me something. What is it teaching me? Is it teaching me that I criticize myself too much? Is it teaching me that I criticize other people for the way that they look? In my head, like, not that I criticize people. Is it because I have a lack of self-appreciation? Is it because I attach myself to expectations too much. And I started realizing, even like writing them down, I was like, whoa, that's why I'm going through this. Like, there are so many things that I have yet to appreciate about myself. And there's so many things that I have yet to do, like for myself. And I realized that I do appreciate this seemingly negative experience that I may be going through, because it's teaching me so many things that I can choose to appreciate myself as I am. That no matter if something's not going the way that it's, like that I expect it to go, and I may see it as a failure, that doesn't mean that I'm a failure. That doesn't mean that I'm not good enough because I did not hit the resultant outcome that I have expected. And it's so true. Like these YouTubers, they create these huge, highly watched viral videos. And do they look at themselves and say, yeah, well, I'm not going to post my next video because, like, look, like 600 people said that I'm ugly? No, they stand their ground, because their self-confidence, as I see, is something that comes from within. And I just realized that for myself, that like my self-confidence is not defined and determined by the way that I look. I can look whatever way that I look, and I can still be confident, and I can still choose to accept myself, and I can still choose to appreciate who I am, and I can still choose to see myself as being beautiful and gorgeous. And it's like, it's like an atomic bomb idea. And I guess it's like letting go of expectations, letting go of things that I cannot control, and still finding a way to appreciate who I am. I think that's so important. I find that so important for myself. It's taught me so much. Some people become, I'm gonna talk about my own experience. There have been days where I didn't want to get out of the house because I thought I didn't look like I didn't look perfect enough. Like, do you understand? Like, when you think about that with hindsight, you're like, that's fucking dumb. But that's a real mental issue that some people are going through. And some people never find solace. They never find a moment of reconciliation and say, you know what? Like, I'm criticizing myself too much. And I'm actually choosing to see myself as ugly because the way that I look, or the way that I think I look, actually determine. No. So this video is for all them bitches who call other people ugly and stuff like that. Just know that you're beautiful too. And I forgive you for criticizing other people, because I bet you're criticizing yourself. And for all those other people who are not criticizing other people and they're criticizing themselves, I love you. I understand your struggle. I'm here for you. I mean, like, if you want to put your experience in the comment section below, put it down there. Everyone deserves to be loved, and we deserve to love ourselves, because I am worthy, regardless of how someone thinks I look, and regardless of how I think I look. My self-confidence is something that I create from within, because I know that I'm worthy, and so are you. Be that independent man or independent woman. Be whatever you want. If you're not a man or a woman, be that independent you. Live your truth. I don't know why I did those hands like a gun. Whatever.